everyone, this is Shintai, host of the Anime Room, and with me I have a very prestigious guest, my good friend, David. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm good. Chilling.
Everyone, if you are not subscribed to the YouTube channel Path of Oblivion, please do so. My friend David here does the awesome Sex God anime reviews. Check him out.
And you have a cameo in one, so that's good.
Yes, I made a cameo in this Samurai X Trust and Betrayal review, which actually ties into this review, surprisingly enough. I wanted to recommend David here an anime, and I thought, you know what, I love Samurai X, let me recommend him Samurai X. And David recommended me an anime as well, and it was School Days.
The infamous School Days. Now, as you know, this is one of my favorite animes, and I have no idea what you think of this anime, so what did you think of School Days?
Oh, man.
Oh, I can't wait for this. Go on, tell me.
I hated this fucking anime. Now, the thing with this anime, though, is that I think the ending almost makes up for the rest of the show. Cause the ending is fucking brilliant. Yeah, I mean, personally, initially don't even really care for, like, high school dramas and stuff. The only high school anything that I really like is Clannad. Because Clannad is beautiful and amazing and wonderful. But School Days is like completely different. It is its own beast. It's a hideous beast, man. It's, oh god.
Well, do you understand why I like it?
I can definitely understand why other people could see it and love it. I am not saying it's a bad anime at all. In fact, I would argue that you would need to be a pretty good writer in order to inspire this much emotion. Whether it being a positive or negative emotion, to inspire that much emotion requires skill.
Did you feel anything while watching it?
Anger?
Yes, that's an emotion, so the writers did something right there. That's good.
Quite a depressing anime to watch at times. Especially everything that had to do with Kotonoha. Because
she's so tragic.
She is extremely tragic. Even though she ends up the way she does, where she starts going literally insane.
It's episodes 11 and 12 where she really flips. It's after Makoto, I think, breaks up with her that she really loses it.
Once she started going insane, I start feeling really depressed whenever she got on screen. I was just like, oh no, oh man. Makoto, I think, is my most hated character of all time.
Yeah, I hate him. Even though I'm gonna argue with him, I'm gonna defend him.
Go for it.
I think that in all fairness, it is Sekai's fault.
Yeah, I agree.
What she did in episode 1 is that she knew that Makoto wanted Kotonoha, but at the end of that episode, she kissed him. And that's kind of a sign to him that I want to be with you, without directly telling him. And if she would have told him, none of this would have happened. They'd still be alive, no one would be insane, and it would be peachy.
I don't like Sekai very much.
I hate her more than Makoto.
I wouldn't say I hate her more than Makoto, because she was the catalyst. She was what triggered Makoto to act the way he did, but it was Makoto himself that decided to make a lot of the decisions that, at least for me, made me hate him as a character.
He became a sex addict. That's what happened.
He just started cheating and sleeping around and not caring about what he's doing to other people. The one that really unsettled me the most was with Setsuna. Her loyalty to her friend was so inspiring almost, just how loyal she was to Sekai.
She's my favorite character. That's another thing. At the end, you saw that Setsuna actually loved Makoto. Sekai kind of manipulated that as well because they switched seats at the beginning of the term.
Because she wanted to sit next to him. But the thing is, that one scene between Setsuna and Makoto really unsettled me when she was basically saying, look, you can do whatever you want to me as long as you look after Sekai.
I look at it like this, she loved him. If it's her last chance to have sex with him, she'll do it.
That's one way of looking at it. I would say that was part of it.
Because she's moving to France, so she's not going to see her again.
Right. But I think it was also due to her loyalty to her friend. But that just really unsettled me because Makoto fucking just plowed her and then not cared about keeping the promise.
He did that with all the girls in.
He did.
It's so ironic, this whole thing. He wanted to do it with Kotonoha, and that's the only girl he didn't do it with. in the end.
I also thought that was ironic. That was the first girl that he was gunning for.
Oh, and then he goes back to her at the end.
Yes! And still doesn't. That was pretty funny. Actually, in the opening for every episode, he pretty much has sex with every girl in that opening except for Kotonoha and that other sporty girl that plays basketball.
She was just in the background. She didn't really do much.
Yeah, she wasn't important. Just going back real quick to Setsuna. The reason that scene really unsettled me with them having sex was because right when she said, you can do whatever you want with me as long as you protect Sekai. Right when she just said, do whatever you want with me, everything else might as well have been the adults from Charlie Brown speaking, where you don't know what they're saying. Oh, you could do whatever you want. He just didn't care, and he just did whatever he wanted. And another scene that unsettled me, and I was actually disgusted.
Oh, strong words.
Those 3 girls that were like, oh, I wonder how good he actually is.
Yeah.
And one of them actually had a boyfriend. That really disgusted me.
You had a foursome with him.
That's another reason why I hate this guy. He is an absurd pussy magnet for no reason.
I guess girls are attracted to assholes.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, even from the beginning, Sekai mentioned he was popular with the girls. And he wasn't an asshole at that point.
I know sex kind of corrupted him, I guess. No, I blame Sekai, actually, because she kissed him.
I did not like Sekai for most of the show. Even before Makoto became a sexual deviant, I still didn't like him because he was an idiot, and I tend not to like characters that I feel are not very intelligent.
He's just a stupid teenager, that's how I look at it. Ranging hormones.
And to a certain extent, you know, some of his actions are understandable. He is just a kid and he just wants to have sex, you know, whatever, that's understandable. It's just the lengths that he took it.
I know he's a detestable character, but what I do like is, you know, this is a harem anime. It's got no cliches from that genre. The typical lead male character in a harem is a guy who's very shy around the ladies, and there's all these, like, you know, ecchi, awkward moments and stuff. And he doesn't act on them. But Makoto, all he wants to do is have sex. That's all he wants to do. Name me another harem anime where the main male character does that.
Love Hina.
Love Hina. Thank you. I haven't seen Love Hina, but no one dies in Love Hina.
No, no one dies. Well, in Love Hina, even then, while he is trying to have sex,
he's not successful, I guess.
He isn't successful until, like, the very end. Going back to Sekai real quick, even though I didn't like her very much for the majority of the show, I have to admit I did feel bad for her in the last couple of episodes because she was pregnant with his child.
We don't know. I actually don't know if she was lying or not, to be honest.
It's hard to say at this point. Let's just say it was implied. We're not exactly sure. Makoto outright refused to take responsibility and even started blaming her. Like, oh, why did you say that in front of the class and stuff? And then went back to Kotonoha, basically not that long after he found out. And I was just like, oh, you fucking piece of shit.
Do you think he deserved to die, though, in that brutal way?
If you were to ask me in a moral sense, I would say no. I don't think anyone really deserves to die. I do think he deserves to be punished for all the things that he did. But just in an emotional sense, yes! Fuck him! Fuck him! So glad he died! God, I was so happy when he got stabbed to death. I would say that that was like one of the happiest moments I've experienced in a long time.
That's very cruel of you. I didn't think he deserved to die. I'm glad Sekai died, because everything, I think, honestly, was her fault.
That's interesting, because I didn't feel that Sekai deserved to die. That was actually part of what killed my buzz, so to speak, for the ending. I was so happy Makoto died, but then when Sekai died, I was just like, oh, I didn't quite appreciate that. Because even though I didn't really like Sekai that much, she was the one that manipulated Makoto to a certain extent to become what he became, but he still became what he became due to his own decisions. Sekai was merely the trigger, so I didn't really feel that she was as detestable by comparison. Even though she was not that likable of a character, I still didn't feel like she deserved to die. But
she killed him because only she wants to have him. That's how I look at it. Setsuna, Kotonoha, they wanted him, but she wasn't gonna have that.
I would agree with that.
She did it in a more discreet way than Kotonoha.
But the thing is, just what about him just drives women crazy? I don't understand.
I don't understand that either.
Because he's weak-willed, he's easily manipulated, he's a pussy for the first couple of episodes. And I would actually say that I felt that the first 3 episodes or so, I felt were kind of boring and predictable.
You liked all the drama.
I suppose. But I just felt like those first couple episodes were just kind of boring. I saw everything coming.
I'd say the first 3 episodes are there to set a very comedic tone, and then it just goes darker and darker.
Yes, I agree with that.
It was ecchi, kind of, at the start, and then it just went into drama territory, and then murder at the end.
I have to say, like, probably one of my most hated anime of all time.
Oh, I'm glad it's made some kind of list.
I would not say it's the worst. Sword for Truth is the worst anime I've seen. I fucking hate that anime. Actually, I don't even hate that anime. It's just bad. It doesn't even deserve hatred. School Days, I can't say is bad, because it did what it set out to do. Make you feel all these range of emotions. It did a really good job of that. I was pissed most of the time. Makoto being on screen made me get angry.
Which was the episode when you were like, that's it, I hate him?
I could tell you when I started to hate him was when he said he was getting tired of Kotonoha. I was just like, what? Kotonoha is like this sweet and innocent and pure person.
All he wants is sex, and she's just too timid, and that's why he goes to Sekai, and then to all those other girls.
Yes, because Sekai's easy. Kotonoha was just this sweet, innocent girl. She was a victim in all of this. It was really sad.
The episode when I really hated him, I think, was episode 6, when Kotonoha ran up to the roof and actually saw them, and she dropped all her knitting.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
School Days was like the 4th anime I ever saw, and I remember 3 years ago when I saw it, I punched my pillow so hard. And then I ran into my sister's bedroom and I said, I hate that asshole. So that was the last straw for me. I just didn't understand, why did he tell her, I'm breaking up with you? No, he needs to, drag it out. I actually think, though, he enjoyed it, though, and kind of, wanted Kotonoha to think that they're still going out so he can, fall back on her if things don't work out.
I had that feeling, too, especially since she came in, a wet shirt or something. He's like, oh, Kotonoha, yeah.
That's all he saw. He just saw her breasts. She was walking breasts to him, basically. What did you think of his perverted friend, the only other male in the anime?
I hated that guy. Oh man, when he raped Kotonoha... Oh.
I thought that was very bizarre, in all honesty. Took advantage of her emotional state after seeing them dance.
He didn't think of it in that light.
No.
But that's basically what he did. Oh, when you see the blood on the floor, I was just like, oh, fuck.
Oh, there was blood on the floor, really? I saw the censored version, so I didn't see any blood. There was blood on the floor. There was blood on the floor to signify that she had lost her virginity. Oh god. I didn't know that. Wow. I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked. Wow. I didn't know that.
That's pretty funny. And, God, yeah, I did not like that guy.
The girl who looks like Princess Leia with the...
Oh yeah, with the little hoop hair.
Yeah, and he just couldn't take a hint, and she liked him. I guess she was like, nah, I can't go with you, I'm going with Makoto now.
Oh yeah, that also bugged me.
Sleep with him 300 times.
Sekai was feeling sick or whatever, and she wouldn't go to school. She went over to get him to make her feel better, and instead he made her feel better.
After they have sex, she's like, oh, why am I doing this? You're the worst. Let's go back into bed together.
She was a nothing character until that point. I was just like, wait, what?
There was the running joke through the anime was that, she liked the perverted friend, but no, they didn't notice her. She was just like, oh, I'm going to Makoto now. I heard he's good.
I heard he knows his stuff.
Yes. This is a very big part of the anime for me. Did you like the music?
I actually did like the music, yes.
Yeah, because I thought the music really helped elevate some of the scenes.
I thought the opening and ending themes were really good. I especially felt like the ending theme, when they played different parts of the song for different episodes, I thought was well done. Kind of reminds me of, in a sense, Madoka Magica. The first couple of episodes show you one thing, and then the rest of the show just turns into something else completely different.
Yeah, in my review I said the music resembled something from a horror movie at the end.
The first couple episodes of Madoka Magica, the song's very nice and cute. And then for the rest of the series, after episode 3, it turns into this very dark, what the fuck song. And in School Days, it isn't as drastic of a change, but it's a little more of a subtle, oh, these are cute songs about love, and then the songs started turning more into really depressing ones.
I did like that. The song they used when she was stabbing Makoto, that was very emotional, I actually thought.
I wasn't paying attention. I was just hooting and hollering.
Really?
Actually, someone in the house thought that there was something wrong with me, and it was like, are you okay? I'm like, I've never been better!
I actually felt sorry for Makoto when I first saw him die, to be honest.
That's you, man.
There's just a special place in my heart for us addicts like him.
Part of the reason why I hate him, though, is just because of how indecisive he is about everything.
He doesn't take responsibility for his actions. All he thinks about is tits and sex.
He's very selfish. He only really thinks about himself and getting his dick wet.
Do you remember in episode 12 when Sekai made that dinner for him and rang him up? He said, what does that have to do with me, when she spent hours cooking a dinner? Because he was with Katona. And then in a rage, she messed through everything. That was very selfish of him too.
Moments like that where I kind of feel bad for Sekai as well.
I did feel sorry for her. She should have just been blunt with him instead of using other people to get to him.
Sekai was very stupid. I mean, you like him, so you try to get him with another girl. What? Why? What's the point? What are you thinking?
Kind of get close to him, I guess. Here's another thing. What do you think they did in those practice sessions?
That was actually very ambiguous. They didn't really explain. I think they were probably just petting each other and stuff, just touching, but not actually doing anything. Until eventually he's just like,
I want the real thing.
Yeah, it's time for some of that poot nanny. Yeah, this show, I think it's a hard recommendation, this show. You have to be a very specific person, I think, to really enjoy it. Not to say anything bad about you.
I'm quite surprised that you actually really hated it.
You thought I was gonna like it?
No, I didn't think you'd love it like I do, and I didn't even think you'd be 50%. I thought you'd be 20 or something, and have some positive things to say about it.
Well, to be fair, I don't think it's a bad show, and I do think that it has some merit, but I fucking despised it, man.
I really haven't found a review on YouTube that actually has given it an overwhelming positive review like I did 2 years ago. I've seen people give it mediocre reviews. Some have outright bashed it, you know.
You're in a league of your own, man.
But no one's like, oh, this is the best anime ever. It's one of my most liked videos, so I know I'm not the only fan of it.
Oh, I'm not surprised. I mean, it is a very unique show. I will definitely give it that. I can't really say, oh yeah, that show's like School Days.
I really like it mainly because of the drama, the character development. Lots of people have said, there is no character development in it, they're all just stupid, but I'm just defending it by saying that it's stupid teens doing stupid things.
I would disagree. Makoto developed from a pussy into an asshole.
At the start, he's actually pretty shy. Sekai encourages him to be more confident, and then at the end, he's too confident.
Actually, another friend of mine started watching it because he noticed I was raging about it, and he said something similar, like, Makoto has no development. And I said the same thing. No, he does develop. He develops into a jerk.
And it gets him killed. Have you seen the OVAs to it?
I've actually have not, but I did see someone review them, funnily enough, and he actually quite enjoyed them.
First one is Valentine's Day. Makoto gets a lot of Valentine's Day cards and stuff. It's a very comedic-esque episode, basically. The other one is actually a parody of the anime, which is a magical girl parody, which they put the School Days characters in, which is actually a pretty funny parody.
Yeah, I remember in the review, this was actually before I had watched the show itself. I remember seeing basically all of the girls from the show. Kotono has a little sister, Sekai, and the girl who plays basketball. All those girls were basically magical girls.
It's actually a very funny episode because there's zombies. They do something perverted. They're like perverted zombies, basically. And Sekai, Kotonoha, they turn into magical girls and we need to stop them. And Setsuna is the bad guy.
Aww. She's one of the only really good characters.
Loyalty to a friend, to have sex with and stuff.
I'm so loyal to my friend, I had sex with her boyfriend.
Yeah, so that, you know, he promised to stay with her.
And this is the best character, folks.
Did you like how emotionless she was throughout the majority of the anime? Because she was bottling her emotions.
And they explained that in flashback where she had gotten teased. I liked that moment. I thought that was a good moment of backstory for Setsuna.
Yeah, even though, you know, because he saves me from some bullies, I now fancy him.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I was like, that's a really weak justification for having the hots for this guy.
There's another girl we haven't talked about, and it's the girl he went with middle school. She's practically the only one in the anime, so I kind of understand why she likes Makoto, because they've been together since middle school.
I would say she is the only one that has a legitimate reason for liking him. Because they've been together for a long time, and she wanted him to look at her as a woman as opposed to just a friend. She also made the smart decision of at one point just being like, you know, you used to be a lot nicer. I don't like the person you've become, and drops him like a sack of shit.
Even though when Sekai gets pregnant, they all just abandon him.
Oh man, I was hooting and hollering.
And then he's calling everyone and he's like, I don't understand, why are they answering?
I was like, fuck you, you reap what you sow, you piece of shit.
What's with them? I've done nothing.
I don't get it.
Oh, there's Kotonoha. I can lean back on her. She's still insane though, because her eyes were like all black.
It bothered me so much because it looked like she was starting to become normal again, just for her to go crazy again at the very end.
That's because Makoto's dead, so her life up to that point has just been Makoto.
Yeah, when she started talking into her phone, like she was having conversations with him. Oh, God.
And then when he hugged her, she kind of was brought back into reality because her eyes, like, went normal.
Her eyes were dead, and then brought back some of the life back in her eyes.
That's a nice moment.
I don't know. I guess.
Very touching, though.
Moments with Makoto, I can't, unless we're talking about the one where he dies. I can't think of as very nice.
I do want to know what's going to happen after, because it just leaves Kotonoha with his head on a boat, hugging it.
It was a nice boat.
What? Yeah, you're referencing that. Stupid.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
Because at the end, it showed their school life going back to normal, as if everyone had forgotten about it. I want a sequel where Kotonoha is put on trial for murder. Even though I love this anime, I do acknowledge its flaws. Like, we're making fun of it here, but I do love this anime.
I don't think I can ever see myself watching it again, unfortunately.
Guess how many times I've seen it?
4?
5.
I was close!
You were close. I've seen it 5 times.
Oh man, I was off by 1.
I just want to say that me and my friend Callum, we actually think School Days would work as a film. Can you see it happening?
Possibly, because it is only 12 episodes, so it wouldn't be that hard to cut it down.
There wasn't any filler, it was all character development. That's how I see it as.
It could work as like a live-action movie. I don't see why not.
We think that the ending is just so good that it needs to be in a movie like that, where, you know, everything's all fine and dandy, there's drama, and then death.
I would say the ending almost makes up for the rest of the show.
Really?
It was awesome. I hadn't been so happy seeing Makoto get what he deserved.
Didn't you say, though, that you knew how it would end, but you just didn't know the events leading up to that?
Right, but I think because I knew how it ended, that was one of the reasons that kept pushing me forward to keep watching, because I hated Makoto so much. I was just waiting in anticipation, it's like, can't wait to see him get stabbed to death, and when it finally happened, it was bliss.
I saw the ending first, and what I wanted to know, what caused her to do such an extreme thing like that. And I still didn't understand. Yeah,
it doesn't come out and just say, this is why she did it. In the end, I think School Days...
Best show ever.
Fuck you. It is easily my most hated anime of all time. Makoto is easily my most hated character of all time. The ending is fucking amazing. And I think that the more you hate Makoto, the better that ending is. Final thoughts?
I thought the ending was actually pretty sad, and it touched me deeply. I cried. That is not a joke. I actually cried while watching this anime. 2 years ago. But yeah, everyone watching this, check it out. You'll love it. And don't listen to Shintai.
Don't listen to me, I'm just some asshole.
He's worse than Makoto.
I'm worse. Yo, that is a cold fucking jacket to put on a man. I think that's the perfect way to end it. Thank you very much for doing this, man. I very much appreciate it.
I virtually shake your hand.
This has been Shintai, host of the Anime Room, with my good friend David Platt, host of Sex God Anime Reviews. Take care, everyone.